as good as Ristolainen has played, if he's going to be out for a lengthy amount of time, how much of a hole does that leave as far as the things that he brought to this team on a nightly basis?
He's played well. Yeah, I'm not going to. It just someone else fills in. That's the way it works. We have 8D. It gives other guys other opportunities for ice time, and we just go about it. Injuries are part of it.
Does it help that you've been doing the 11-7, that these guys aren't maybe having to sit in for a long time, and that they've been?
Yeah, I guess so. The guys would be ready to play anyway with our practice, and we've got 2 or 3 practices in already here since the break. But for guys getting game action, sure. I'm not sure what the pairs will be. We don't overthink it. We just put the guy in and we play.
You said that a big reason why you've gone with the 11-7 so much just because you have so many defensemen that deserve to play. Mm-hmm. Do you think if Risso's out for an extended period of time, you'll move more back towards the regular 12-6?
I don't know. It depends. I'm not sure. It depends on other people's play, all sorts of things.
With Drysdale and Tippett, did something happen to them in the game Monday, or is it just accumulation of where we are in this season?
Just a maintenance day.
John, Scott Lawton has been here his whole career, and over the last probably 3 or 4 years, he's heard trade rumors and stuff like that. The fact that he's still here, does that say something that his impact actually goes beyond the ice as well?
Oh, he's an important guy. He's well respected. He's a flyer. Intangibles that he brings, he cares, and I think that rubs off on people. And he has a really good personality for team concept. So, he's an important guy. But it is what it is. We're as an organization. I'll say it again. It is what it is, and we'll just see what happens as we go here the next few weeks.
Maybe this is a question better for Danny, but I guess from a coaching perspective, you talked about how important the room has been to your guys' success. Is there a fear that, if you were to subtract someone who's that important in the room like Lawton, that it could have a real negative impact on the team?
It's not a fear. It's again, the part of the process we're in as a team. We can't look for things not to continue our process. We have so many things to do, so much more of the process to build this team, that we can't be getting too emotional when it comes to what is the best thing. If it's the best thing for our future of our team in building it the proper way, we have to follow through. We have to. And the guys know it. We've been very forthright publicly about this. We need to stay with it.
Lawton's a guy that's seen his game kind of trend up over the last couple games. He's pretty emotional on the ice too.
Who?
Scott Lawton.
Okay.
Do you think this time of year can sometimes motivate a player when they hear their name maybe being talked about? Well,
if I'm a player, if you're being a player talked about, you must be doing something right? You should feel really good about it. I don't think any of the guys. I don't want to speak for them. I think any of the guys that have kind of been out there with our team, maybe being looked at, want to leave. I know Danny, myself, and Jonesy aren't looking to move them. We're not actively saying, here he is. But if it works out that it is the best for the building of this team, we have to follow through. And I think these guys, and that's why I have tried to be as honest as possible with our team, because I think they deserve that respect. I don't think they should be surprised. Some teams, they just kind of sit and then kind of bounce on you. I will not do that with our players. I have too much respect for what they've done, so I want to be totally upfront, and that's the way we've gone about it here. So I think Lotz wants to play. He's a guy that has lost some ice time this year, has had some inconsistency in his game, has found it a little bit, and I think loving the time that he's getting a little bit on the power play now. Scores a huge power play goal the other night. I just think he's into it.
Tyson's injury kind of seemed like it came maybe at a little bit of a bad time for him. He's kind of, at least goal-scoring wise, he was ramping it up a little bit. I mean, what are your thoughts maybe on just when the injury hit and what he means to, having his loss in the
Yeah, well, I miss him on the bench. I don't worry about. I can't worry about when injuries come and go. I It's out of our control. But I certainly miss him on the bench, and quite honestly, not the offensive part of the game. He's probably one of our stronger defensive players, and probably the strongest with his stick as far as puck battles. I thought that line was playing really well. Cates, Pales, and him. Garney goes there a little bit now, and Garney's played well. But Tyson was a guy who's double shifted, left wing, right wing. That's what's so encouraging to me with him, is at such a young age how much I'm looking for him in parts of the game where it takes a few years to teach players. He's got it, and so that's really encouraging.
How do you kind of mitigate the frustration then on his part, maybe because his game was advancing and he was, doing things that, young players do, and now he's not playing?
How do I mitigate his frustration?
Yeah,
I don't.
Is there conversations?
No, he's got to figure it out. He only conversation I have had with Tyson with frustration was when he wasn't scoring body language after missing a chance and stick over his. I remember the one stick over his head one night. So that was it for me. He has to learn how to deal with things. That's what a pro does. So those are the type of conversations I had with him. An athlete frustrated with an injury, I can't say anything to help him. It's just part of the game, and you do the work and try to get back in as quickly as possible.
What have you seen from Lixell? I know he got a few games, then he was sick, then he got back in with the Tyson injury. Do you think he can stay up for a while, or is he still just getting a look?
I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be. I thought the kind of a weird game for him the last game. Power plays and stuff. Didn't get a lot of ice time. He's been sick. He was pretty sick. I don't think he moved his legs the last game. It's very important. That's what caught my eye in the game prior, when I think he got 11, 12, 13 minutes, I believe. I thought he showed up. That was before the break. Remember I told you guys, I thought we were tired and maybe, helped him, but I thought he played well. So he's shown us signs that he can give us minutes. I'm certainly not going to evaluate him on the last game because he was put in a tough spot. He was on the bench for quite a bit, and it's kind of a disjointed game. So, we're just going to keep evaluating. I have no plan set that you have a couple of games, we look at you and send you down. If he plays well, he'll stay. If he doesn't, then he'll probably go down.